Road?
Mr. Road.
Yeah.
Mr. Road.
I believe, I'd have to talk to the director, but I believe you were shut down for digging deep quarries, not for anything else. I believe your issue was that there was, and I have photos of it, you had 18 feet deep water standing on the site, and no permits at all in any capacity. And then when the gentleman came in and requested the tree permit, I think it was for 8 trees to be removed, and there were hundreds of trees already down, sir. So please don't come in here and confuse things. Sir, let me finish. We tried desperately to work with you and the property owners at that point in time. It went endless meetings of no results, and ultimately the site was shut down. The building inspector was out there. The building inspector's here tonight if you'd like him to weigh in on it. But the photos that I have, the photos that I've looked at, you have bigger issues on that site than just not being zoned properly.
Mr. Chair. Question.
Councilman Ramik.
The property that you were working on, is that property involved now, and who owns that property over on those 30 acres that are being turned into a parking lot?
That I know Joe Persiconi and whoever Valet connection is what I'm told.
And that's where the pilots had their property.
That's correct.
And then now it's part of the new construction that's going in over there.
That's correct.
So they've wiped out that forest over there,
Yeah.
pretty much. And then the pilots didn't have enough permit to take down X amount of trees. But this other location now, 30 acres, would have a bigger issue with cutting down trees, right?
Yeah, I would think a lot more issue. I want a lot of trees.
Mr. Chairman, there were several trees that were torn down with no permits. Then they came in after the fact and pulled a permit for 8 trees. We have it. You guys are welcome to see it if you haven't already. But the two are unrelated. The site that you were shut down for was for digging extremely deep holes in the dirt surface and several feet of standing water. It had nothing to do with zoning or who owned the property.
The chair, matter of fact, I've been here all my life. I said my whole family's been in the dirt with. Top, so I mean, sand only runs between 3 to 5 feet. How are you 18 feet? I'd be in gumbo blue clay. You want to take boring samples? I'll pay for the boring samples to show you're incorrected.
Mr. Chairman?
Mayor.
They were estimates, sir. We did not exact them, but there was whatever. Well, even if it's 3 to 5 feet of standing water, there was a lot of water on that site.
Apparently, you don't care about residents' water either, do you? So, Persiconi pulled a permit for $4,800, and he's cutting down 30 acres. Permit was closed back in June. You don't think that's a tree issue, a problem?
Sir, you got to look at our ordinance. Our ordinance speaks to, there's a site that's adjacent. They took out 152 trees, and they didn't pay $1 on it because vast majority of them were cottonwood or ash trees. There's no cost for removing those trees.
So, Mr. Chairman.
Councilman Ramik?
To the chair, to the mayor, you still have to pull permits though, don't you?
They did pull a permit.
So they pulled a permit, so you're telling me that this 30 acres then they probably pulled, that's several thousands of trees there, so that means it should show somewhere that they pulled permits to cut down maybe 1,000 trees, and not all of them I'm sure were ash.
Mr. Chairman, I don't believe there's thousands of trees out there, but again, I don't have that information. I can show you what it looked like under the prior ownership, where there were hundreds of trees taken out already with no permits pulled.
And I can show you overflies by drones that will show you if you want. I can send them somewhere and get you a count. And we walked out there and took pictures of all the trees, and they weren't blight, and they were nice big round trees. And I'd be willing to bet that there is at least 1,000 trees that were taken down. And in fact, I will do everything I can to prove that to you.
Fair enough, Mr. Chairman.
That's all.
Ma'am, you had your 3 minutes, unfortunately. Yeah, you come up and spoke on this. No, ma'am, you've already spoke on this, so. Does anybody else have any questions? Yes, ma'am.
I live at 11048 Morley Street. I'd just like to know how to get my hands on a list of tax foreclosure properties in Taylor that I could purchase.
The county.
County?
Yeah, through
The county issues them
County?
annually.
Okay.
Yeah, I think their website.
On their website,
I
yeah.
can't come to the city and get a tax foreclosure list from the city of Taylor.
I know.
Of tax foreclosure homes in the city of Taylor.
Upon receipt of it, which is usually early July, when we get a copy of it, you're welcome to it.
So in July, I can get a copy of
Sure.
it. And I'd just like to say, you guys need to really stop everybody from taking our trees down, really. The trees are important for oxygen. And, I hope we're not keeping Mr. Gus up there.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question for Cathy Carroll. Mrs. Carroll, in your FOIA or anything that you've obtained, have you been able to obtain a list of the total number of trees requested to be cut down? Have you seen anything that would have given you a number that were supposed to be taken down in that 30 acres?
I was given a tree, it was a finalized tree removal permit where they had paid $4,800 into the fund, taking out 83 trees.
83.
Right, but my problem is, since that's closed out, that was the final count. They've been in there cutting trees since then. And like just this weekend, this is why it brings me in here today. Just this weekend, I was there, they were pulling trees down. I sent a drone out there and took pictures. They're not gonna hide it. You can't hide trees laying down outside of the area that they originally cleared.
Now, I was over there the other day, about a week ago, and there was a stop work. Remember those big orange things on the thing?
Yes, stop work order.
Is that what that is, a stop work order?
Yep, and I
But they were working there when I was there. They were cutting down trees.
They're still working, and the permit has been closed down. And I would think Laura Fell needs to go to her office, and she needs to pull the finalized permit to see that it was closed off in July of 2019. We are in 2020, and they're pulling trees. And I don't mean just one or two. It looks to me like there's been another acre cleared. That's a lot of trees. And every single one of them, since that permit has been closed out, needs to go into the tree fund. So you guys don't go ahead and charge a person $200 to put a tree.
Did you measure trees over there?
I did. I went out there. I sure did. I was climbing them all.
Now, were any of them in a situation where the size of those trees would have made a big difference?
They